consistently I've heard of just mosques in general as being equivalent to terrorist centers of some kind, terrorist training camps, or pro-terrorist something or others. It's absolutely wrong. We really have forgotten there are a lot of Muslims who are perfectly okay, you know, or rather, I should be more specific, as okay as Christians, because no one's perfect. But there are a lot of Muslims who, you know, don't want to kill anybody. Certainly don't want to kill civilians. We've forgotten this in large portion. It's ridiculous. We've jumped to all these incredible leaps of logic. Fox News has been going crazy with this story. Reporting that the Park 51 Center may have been funded by this guy who may be funding like radical madrasas and whatever, teaching terrorism and crap. Except, as exquisitely pointed out by The Daily Show with Jon Stewart, that same guy they accuse of possibly being a terror connection is invested in Fox News. Which means either A, Fox News is just as much of a terrorist organization as the Park 51 people, or B, neither, actually, let's just say A, they're both terrorists, or B, neither of them are terrorists. But in either case, you know, you throw as much suspicion against yourself as the other guy. And since you don't consider yourself a terrorist, then logically the other, no. The guy in charge of Park 51 is not radical. He's not. He's not. Which is not to say that every single statement he's made is something that you personally agree with, but whoop-de-fricking-doo, that happens all over the place. People have disagreements about stuff. But there's no, you know, kill America sentiment or something. It's amazing in so many venues how we come to the feeling that we must impinge upon our own freedoms in order to stop the freedom-hating terrorists, as we like to call them. You know what I mean? Like when we start holding people in jails without trials of any kind, which we still do under Barack Obama. I consider that a profound disappointment. And a human rights abuse. And we start restricting, you know. I thought, what are we doing here, guys? Wasn't the whole idea that we're America and we're better than them and we have freedoms? In this case, it's religious freedom. There's a quote from just the most recent episode of The Daily Show where the anti-mosque proponent, this one in Tennessee, was stating, this is nothing to do whatsoever with religion. It's about preventing radical Islam. I'm like, okay, well, radical Islam, which let's note is different than regular Islam, but radical Islam is still a religion. You really should say preventing violence. I'll give her that as a slip of the tongue, the way she could say that. Whatever. I want to, you know, prevent the violence brought about by radical Islam myself. But she went on to talk about basically all Islam as if it were radical Islam. There's already a mosque in Tennessee, or I don't know, how fairly close to the one they're trying to build or something like that, that's been there for like 30 years. And there's never been a problem, you know. But she says, well, you know, there might be. This is clearly crazy. Clearly crazy. We're restricting religious freedom, is what we're trying to do here. And we're trying to blame the Muslims for everything. Which, if you're a student of history, taking some particular group and unfairly blaming them for pretty much everything and stoking up fears, you know, it does not have good consequences in the end. Really, it doesn't. When a nation becomes bigoted.